Good morning. It's about 20 after 9 on Wednesday, 20th of February 2019. From MarketWizards.com and eminywizard.com, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing this game. Treacherous business. Looks easy, looks simple, and you will find after a little time in the market that it's not as easy as it looks. There are times we need to be sidelined and not a very good opportunity, and there are other times when stars align and we have much better odds. And the key is try to pick some support that works, play it for a few points, try to get our daily VIG if we can, and then be a little more conservative. Other traders who are very bold and aggressive keep pushing the envelope, and usually that will work for a while, but then all of a sudden it stops working and traders can give back all and then some what they've recently made. So I like the singles and doubles approach. In a market like this overnight, I certainly don't want to see traders over leverage their account trying to compensate for a very small range. So enough said about risk and reward. Just a reminder to play this game with some common sense. Now, we had suggested last night that this 72 to 73 is probably an initial support for now, and to play that as support to come back in towards the gap zone. And obviously, we're going to use the overnight high as a marker, as well as that last post yesterday when we had talked about that 72 as support until broken. On the return trip yesterday, this fast down trip, we had suggested probably should be done ahead of, well ahead of this 72 to 75 area. And if you get that 10-point type idea from our resistance at 88, if you got that piece and you came back down into that 79.5 to 78, that should be your payday as a conservative trader. So today I'm looking at a couple of things. We know we've got news later that's going to rock the markets one way or the other. Typically, I like fed up, meaning you buy into the news, and then we see if it sells off either today or later. This market has defied odds for everybody that's tried to call a top. So we're not trying to call a top. We're just trying to take advantage of temporary imbalances, but we do like the idea of buying support, and that's paid off handsomely for anybody that's played that way this year. Looking at the 15-minute chart, we can see obviously the rain line support beneath us, 72 to 73. Anybody that is played ahead of the open, make sure you get paid. If you've got a trail and want to keep it, that's up to you. Typically, I suggest make sure you are paid coming into the open. If it's been a positive experience for you, take something out of the market before we open. RTH 5-minute chart. I'm looking up here at this 82 area to 85. That's got to be our first initial resistance, and if we can bust through that, then a new high can be made again today. So for now, very important looking at this 3-day range at the 82 to 85 range, and above that, anything goes. You're going to look up here into that 86.25 for yesterday's demon. And all we know is a lot of time typically gets spent in the core right here, what we call the pipe. And that's this 74 to 79.5. So we're going to use this idea. Above 79.5, above 78 is positive for the market, but it still has work to do to obviously take out yesterday's high. And for now, I'm looking at inside range first thing rather than the new high, meaning yesterday's high, inside yesterday's range. The order flow, we can see this idea back here. Anybody that's played from that 73 to 72 support already got yourself a nice little run. Lock something for sure. And I like these couple of charts to, especially this 5 RTH, kind of shows me where the rain line will continue to migrate. And then later today, when we get some news, unfortunately, I won't be here, but with my wife's birthday, happy to spend some time with her, and the markets will always be here. So that's a quick look at what I think are some of our more important charts. Let's take a look at angels and demons too. I did yesterday's angels and demon 86 and a quarter, 70 and a half are angel support. Reminder, the size of this bar spoke a lot. This was a very fast auction at the end of the day. So a lot of this can be re-auctioned today. And we just broke below that, but you'll note how this 72 area right here, this is still held. So for now, that's supportive. Just below it, maybe that 71 area. And then you've got to eat into this bar if you want to get coming backwards. That may happen later, but not expecting that first thing this morning. I think very small overnight range can break both sides of overnight. So be a little bit conservative on any type of a breakout above or below the overnight range. And this is our overnight range. You can see that we had talked about perhaps using the 72 to 73 as support. You can see that we've got back up here already. This bar right here in a 5-minute chart, that's your demon. So we know that we are tackling the demon right here at the 81 area. And a reminder, there are times we're going to leave chips on the table, and a lot of them. And then other times we try to stretch and immediately give it all back. So there's got to be a balance in our mind between taking some profits and then allowing something to run. And I believe anybody that's been blessed with a few points pre-market using the support zone we called should make sure you're paid. Goal is to take out 4 or 5 points per contract every day. So anybody that is using an aggressive zone for shorting today, we're going to think that 82 to 85 is the first objective for the long. So we're going to use that as our immediate resistance, and then we'll adjust as the market gives us new information. All right, play well, and certainly be disciplined. We'll try to go over a lot of different ideas in the next couple of hours.